Hello, welcome. Yes, I'm back. Feeling a little bit better than last week, so cool. Let's see who we've got in. Thanks, David Clark, for sharing us out. We've got David in, we've got Adrian, we've got Joe, we've got Thomas, Robert, who's the first one in. Cool. Just gone through. Twig one's in as well. Excellent. Yeah, I said Thomas. Yep. I think that's everyone who's well known. Tim the Pigeon Master. Excellent. Well known unknowns in as well. Cool. Hearty Coachman. Excellent. Nearly missed Mike. Abandoned Exploring Mike there. Cool. What's the link in? I'll throw the link in again and tell me if it's popped up. If not, I'll have to do something else to get the link up. Right, the link should be up now, so yeah, let us know. Cool. So what's happened this week? Well, I've not been out anywhere, not much. Basically, my mum's car got stolen. Most of you have seen the video. And yeah, I've been looking for that for the last few days, but no joy. We've got David Droman Ventures, yeah. Excellent David Droman Ventures. Cool. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, yeah, no worries. Cool. We've got Mark Urbex in. Yep. Twig. Yep. Right, yeah. So what's happened with the car? She parked it up where she normally parks it when she goes in the house. And she came into the window, looked out the window, it wasn't there. And I done a quick video and threw it up on YouTube, like you see. Of asking people to share it out on Facebook. Some people did that for us, thanks very much, whoever it was. Got some replies back. Hello Tracer, hello ALW research team. So we got some replies back, and there was more CCTV footage of it at another car. Basically, it was like a organised gang that was going around in a couple of cars. They've nicked my mum's car, then went to an area just round the corner and nicked exactly the same car, different colour, but exactly the same car, and another Fiesta EcoBoost, 1 litre. And then there's another image of it going up a certain road, which direction it was going in. So, yeah, you had to look around the areas and the dodgy garages around them parts, but couldn't see nothing. Went down all the side streets where you'd park him and see if they track it up, and little car parks and stuff like that, and down quiet streets, but no joy. So yeah, it don't look like it was joyriders. It looks like it was a proper team that was going out robbing these Fiestas. And the police also confirmed that with my mum, saying yeah, they're gone missing quite a lot. So yeah. So that's what's happened over the weekend and what I've been up to. Yeah, we've got everyone in there. We've got our first guest up. We'll let him have his drink first. Peanut butter jelly time, Andy, LOL. Not a clue what that is.
Yeah. Hello. I should swallow my drink. Look, it's clear-coloured alcohol, folks. It's yeah.
Oh, you're on the strong stuff tonight, fudge job.
I'm on the flu ride straight from the tap. Yeah.
So I say you'd be on your back after a pint of fudge job, wouldn't you?
100% flu ride. Yeah, it'll knock you off your feet. That one. Yeah.
Cool.
But at least you'll die with white teeth. So. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad. Being a little bit better than last week. Just life's getting me down, that's all it was. And yeah, and this didn't help either. So
Yeah, I know your mum in a car. That's a real bummer. But perhaps you're just gonna have to sort of like move on and sort of just start on the road to getting another one, because if it's gone, what state's it going to come back in?
yeah, she's already spoke to the insurance company and she said she don't want it back basically because, like you say, you don't know how bad the engine is or what it's been through,
Yeah.
and they've agreed with her basically, so you are going to pay it out.
Well, I hope she gets a sort of proper payout, because I know what they can be sometimes. They go like, "Oh, it's not what you paid for it; it's what we'll give you now," and all that crap,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fingers crossed for your mum.
Only had 29,000 miles on it, so wasn't high mileage really.
Bloody hell, yeah. Goodness gracious. This is why I don't go for brand. Well, not that I could afford to. Honestly, folks, no. This is why, even though I've got lots and lots of cash, I will never buy a brand new car, because I like looking poor. Not that I am poor. I normally buy them brand new, but then I make them look really old and dirty so that people don't have a go at me. But yeah, no.
Take them off road first and batter them up a bit. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, I run them on, sort of like bricks to make the mileage counter go up a bit. Put a couple of 100,000 miles on it. So people are like, "How'd you get it to run this long?" It's like, wow, yeah. So. No, but that's not good news, man. I mean, I've never had a car stolen, but I know friends who have.
Yeah.
And but the sad thing is as well, like, and I hope this doesn't happen to your mum, because what they do is sometimes is they go, "We found your car, and it's in blah location, so we've towed it." So you go, right, okay, and we're charging you for the towing. And it's like, yeah, but I didn't ask you to do that. No, I know you didn't, but we've charged you for the towing, and we're charging you. And they add all these costs for things that they could have just told you where it was, and you could have gone and picked it up yourself.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
what they did say to my mum, they gave her a chance basically, whether she wanted it dropping back off at the car park where it got stolen from, or go to the insurance pound, like a pound, like you say.
Oh, so they did find the car, did they?
No, but they said if we do find it, that's what they said.
Oh, that's good. At least they gave her the option, because I mean, like, friends of mine have just been told like, "Oh, well, it was parked on the side of the road, so we've decided to tow it back." And it's like, yeah, but why have you gone and towed it back when I could have just gone down there? And it's like, oh, that'll be like 400 quid, please.
Yeah. It's a bit like kicking the bollocks at, isn't it, when your car's just been stolen, you've got to pay out to get it released.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
but
like,
also,
it's a money-making scheme for the bloody police, isn't it? It's shouldn't be done like that, really, but yeah.
Also, like we were saying, there was a camera footage of it going missing. Well, not from it going missing, because there was no cameras there that could see it at the time, because the scaffolding went up and blocking the cameras, of course.
Right.
But like I say, someone threw it out on Facebook for us, what I asked people to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got video footage of it pulling up next to another Fiesta, exactly the same car, 1 litre Ecotec, roughly the same reg, same year sort of thing. And take that one then. And then we get another video of it and pictures of it driving up a certain road and turning which direction it went.
People were literally driving behind it, and they got it on their dash cams.
Not driving behind it, no, it was house cameras, basically.
Wow, God alive, that's pretty impressive to think that people sort of like, watch what you've said and found footage on their cameras for you. Wow.
Like I said, I'm not on Facebook, so that's why I asked people to share it out. And I know that's the best place to share stuff like that.
Well, that is impressive that people managed to sort of find footage of it like that.
Yeah. My mum phoned 101 and told them there's new footage or evidence that's arrived. Do it right, no worries, we'll send someone out. And that was it. Didn't ask a name.
Never did.
Didn't ask a name. Didn't ask a log number or nothing. So she phoned me saying, I don't think that was right. So we got on the phone and got a few different numbers instead. And then we got through to someone and said, no, it's not being logged like that. So what we want you to do is obviously come send someone out to see the footage and get regs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not all stolen cars, we might have a lead, but more than likely be all stolen cars
Mm-hmm.
or on false plates.
God, so it's annoying, isn't it? You know.
It is. She's not great at walking and stuff, you know what I mean? And I take her shopping and stuff like that. But if she needed to nip out, at least she had that car there for her to go out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, even though I kind of I say I don't really care about the vehicles I drive, I think we have a sort of like a sentimental attachment to them as well. They're ours, they belong to us, and it's like if somebody takes something that belongs to you, you especially something big like that, it's a nightmare. It just rattles through your head, doesn't it? Like hard to let it get out of your head, I suppose. I know it would bug the shit out of me. Thinking somebody out there is driving around in that now, sort of doing something, or what it's been stripped down for parts, like
that's probably what's happened at the moment, you know what I mean? Broke down now.
I mean, I've seen footage. There's a company. Well, maybe you tell your mum about this actually, because it might be useful. She probably won't get that same brand of car again, I don't suppose, knowing that they can be stolen. But there's a company, I can't remember what they call, like Data Trackomatics or something, or Trackomatics or something like that on YouTube, and they put these little tracking devices on motorbikes, cars, industrial equipment, all sorts of stuff, which then get stolen, but they track them. They can track where they are, and they go to the places that these things are, maybe within like 24 hours or 48 hours of it going missing. Sometimes like a month later, it'll suddenly it'll appear like it's transmitting. What they've done is they've stolen things, put them in containers, and they can't transmit from inside a container. And then these people pull them out of the container, then they come back online, these trackers, and they go around and you see the states that these bloody things are in. They're like in lockups, little garages, and like they've absolutely been ripped to shreds. Like all the door panels, everything's been pulled out. So these people, it's a business, and big business. Proper organized crime.
Exactly. I did say that to my mum, let me put something on it, but because there's a like pride and joy, she didn't want it interfering with or tampering with, no matter what, even if it was for the better, if you know what I mean. Just kept it in A1 condition, top condition. And now it's got stolen. She doesn't want it back. Like I say, it feels like violated to her.
Yeah, I can well understand that. Yeah. Chris Sykes has said he's heard of that channel, how they track them down. But it's funny as well, because they have a hell of a job to get the police to come, and then eventually because they know the things they have to say. But like the police, they're sort of like, we know it's in this building, and the police are like, oh well, and they don't want to bother. You can see it, like you can see the attitude on the police is like, and then they got to ring and ring and ring, and then eventually they get one police officer comes down, and then he's like in and ahhing, and then eventually they get a few of them down, and then they go, oh, we can't go in there. We can't go in the building, and it's like eventually somebody, with enough like power in the police is like, we're going in that building, and then they go in there, and there it is. But like, it's very hard even for this company when they go, we know it's in that building there, we know it right there, and they can walk around the building and they go, look, it can't be in the building next door, it's in that building there. And then it's like, I
know what you mean. I've seen that tracking thing as well. There's a guy that travels all over the country, basically, running the business. Right. Yeah, for someone.
Yeah, when he gets a phone call, they go on the chase, like,
Yeah, so they sometimes remove the trackers within the hour. Yeah. Also, what they use is a phone blocking thing, the network thing, so you don't get reception. So it's not just satellite, it's GPS, it's like telephone communications, because a lot of the trackers these days have a SIM card in, which obviously is a mobile phone network, and they are illegal in this country to have a mobile phone blocker, but you can buy them off eBay quite cheap. And when they're nicking the car, they just turn it on, sit in the car, and they presto, the car be traced.
Yeah,
No.
that's right.
I used to fit alarms and stuff myself for a living, you know what I mean? And there was another way of finding out whether the car's got a tracker on as well. They disconnect the battery, then go around scanning the car with an electrical thing to see if there's any more battery power or any live wires. And yeah, that's another way. What I used to do is disconnect the backup battery, so it didn't have a backup battery, and just have it on ignition live. So when they're driving, it's picking up where it is. And when they do stop, that's the last location of the ignition being turned off. And when they do scan the car, it's not there. But I do not recommend that fully as a second backup system, if you know what I mean. Because obviously, if they just tow it away in a car or on a tow truck, it won't work, would it?
Yeah.
So if they do want to...
There's funny little tricks as well with those systems. You can actually have it to come on hours after it detects it's been moved. So then, you know, that sort of system won't come live straight away, so it can't be detected. I've seen in the settings for some of those, because I bought one, but I never ended up using it. But you can actually delay and defer. And you can say, come on at a certain time and tell me, you know, where you are.
Yeah.
And things like that. And then...
Saying that, when I was fitting these, it was back in the day. So, I mean, early days before the 2000s.
Yeah. And some of them as well, you can actually have them, they're passive mode, and they listen like a phone would listen for a call, and then you send it a message to say, turn on now and tell me where you are. And if it receives that message, it will then do it. But you know, basically it's not transmitting, so it's not easy to use a scanning device to sort of pick it up. So what you do is you see if its location has stopped somewhere, and if you want to, you can turn it back off, and then you can send it another message turning it back on a few hours later and say, where are you now? You know, and you could do that, like, you know, a couple of days later, you know, to save its battery. You can say, like, you know, go in passive mode, don't do anything, and you send it a message like, turn on, where are you now? You know, and it's like that way it's not easy to detect, because they can only really pick it up, I think, if it's kind of like transmitting to the mobile phone network or pinging. They can tell if it's like pinging its location. So, well, hey, somebody's just sent you $17.99.
You know what that means, don't you?
What the hell? It means bad blue screen. It's bad blue screen time. Whoa, hey! God alive.
Firework time.
Yes. Now, that's something I didn't expect to see inside his house, but there we go. Set the house on fire.
Super chat.
Urban lad.
Excellent. Urban lad Yorkshire. Cool, mate. Yeah.
I bet he's got a tracker inside his truck, the amount of money they cost, those bloody things.
Will have, yeah.
Oh, and there it goes.
Excellent.
And now the room stinks of noxious chemicals.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Cool, mate. Much appreciated that. Thanks very much. New comment. Yeah, I did have one of them little black tracker things. Like, only a little box like that. But I've lost it. It was on Exploding Fighter's car.
Oh, right.
I'm only joking. I think people might have seen the video that he's put out of it. He's finding one on his car a while back.
Did he find one?
He put a video of one on it when he's found one on his car. Yeah, I don't know whether who done it or not. It wasn't me. It was just having a joke with everyone who knew about it. But yeah.
Yeah. People keep saying to me, like, I should check my car for a tracker, but I mean, God alive. It's a bit sad, isn't it?
Yeah, not with her. Someone's saying be careful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of the bloody the sad people. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow for somebody because yeah,
Oh, is it
tomorrow.
the
Yes, it's
Judgment Day?
tomorrow. Judgment Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they're bringing out a new film, are they? Terminator.
Yeah, Terminator 2. The Spaz the Spaz files. Yeah.
Which, yeah, I know. Just try and
Mm.
all love and peace on this channel, mate.
Oh yeah, I know. But God, didn't we have a crazy time the other night? I was a bit embarrassed actually. I took the video down because I had a few to drink, and God, the subject matters was just like I was talking about how big is his dog's butthole was one of the topics of conversation, and they were just it was going like how big, how massive are the turds, and oh my God,
It wasn't like that.
it was like Jesus, and then it descended like somebody was trying to chat somebody up who was in like one of the other guests, and it was like I was like I don't want this, I don't want not on my live stream, no, I don't want this. So and then somebody blurted out some sort of like I don't know racialist comment, shall we say, and I had to just cut it. Then I was just like, oh shit, this has got to come down now because you can't say things like that.
No.
Otherwise, it's going to get me a strike. So I just like, all right, see you everybody, and it's just like, what a way to stop a show, like Pull out a gun is another way, which we found out. Somebody from Texas, he said, I got a gun because we were chatting to her. I got a gun. He pulled his gun out like, all right, and the bloody the stream died, and it was like, this stream has been ceased because like you've going against YouTube's terms and conditions. They cut the stream off.
To shoot off, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit crazy that night. Like,
it was going beyond. Yeah, it was a bit.
I got molested by my dog, didn't I? He came up on my shoulder and all sorts.
He tried to jump on you, yeah.
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 Wouldn't leave me alone then. Yeah.
Mm.
Nice.
You got
when he threw that comment there when we're going back to this place behind us. Well, that place up here now is up there for a reason. It'll be in the next video out, so that's the one I'm going to do.
What is it? Is it the time we did it? You've only just about getting your video ready for it.
The Green Fort. That's the one.
Bloody hell! Goodness, that was like about a year ago, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
God, what would happen if you had a hard drive crash? How much footage have you got that you haven't actually put out? This could be fatal. I would make sure you got 2 hard drives with the same data on it.
This is on my Google account, my Google Photos, because it's done on my mobile phone.
Right.
So I'm going through some of my older stuff now and bringing some of that out. And you know what? My camera in my pocket, I love that. The difference between that and your phone, just moving about and just trying to pan it, it makes the film a lot different. You know what I mean? My last video I put out, I've only 100 and something views on it, and normally I have 200 by now. But obviously, it's not done on my pocket, and people probably not watching it down to that. But obviously,
what makes you think?
Yeah, I've been to some great places, like I've been to Kelverton Hatch, and that was done on my phone, and I got to do that as well. But obviously, it's not going to be as good a quality as my newer videos. But it's got to be just as interesting because it's interesting places where to go, or where I have been in the past. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got the car caves to come out. That's been a year as well.
God alive.
So I've got loads of videos there, but didn't have the right equipment. Didn't know how to use it proper and that. Oh, Peaches is in as well. Cool.
Hello, Peaches. Punches.
Peaches.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
I always get people's name wrong, so everyone should be used to it by now.
Well, Punches is the guy we were talking about who pulled out his gun because he carries a gun because he lives in Texas, and it's just like, You know, it's what you do when you live in Texas.
Everyday thing there, isn't it?
Only only steers and queers come from Texas. That's what it said in. So whenever somebody says Texas, I always think of that line from Full Metal Jacket. Only steers and queers come from Texas, and you don't look like no steer.
No, I have seen the film, but I can't remember. It was a long time ago. That. Was it the Vietnam War?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
He's like, you climb obstacles like old people. Beep. Yeah. He says, He's just sent us a message. I'm glad you are. Yeah. Well done. I'm a steer. I'm a steer. Lol. Yeah. Yeah. No Brokeback Mountain where you come from then.
Paste. Throw that in there if anyone wants to come up.
He's a bit of a lumberjack though, so I don't know. Is it like I can't remember the lyrics now. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Was it? I can't remember the lyrics, but it's something like, I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. Oh shit! I thought I would remember it, but I just jammed
up.
That film? That's like Monty Python. Hang on, I'll find it.
Python now.
Yeah, I haven't frozen, have I?
No,
maybe no. That's okay then. Hey, Lumberjack lyrics, right? I'll tell you because it's been a while. Right, it says right. It says, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. I cut down trees. I eat my lunch. I go to the lavatory. On Wednesdays, I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea. And then it says, I cut down trees. I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars. Yeah. He says, I cut down trees. I wear high heels, suspenders, and a bra. I wish I'd been a girly, just like my dear papa. So, yeah. So that's for you, Punches, and your lumberjacking.
Two-wheel explorer, that exploration down there. He does a lot of World War II stuff. So if you like that type of stuff, go and check him out, everyone. Cool. Yep. Right, I'm going to let this bit of a dinosaur in now. Our next guest. Come on, get your head on.
Hurrah, hurrah, oh my God. It's Commander Flidhands. Yeah. Are we
it's like a T-Rex making the bed.
Oh,
it's fucking cold, isn't it?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Shut up, yes.
What have you done to your hair? You've like all combed it down. It's all like.
Yeah. I think I found a brush. That's what it was.
Oh right. So it's taken you 2 years to find that brush?
Yeah.
Right. Well, it was worth it.
Exactly.
It's used L'Oreal as well.
Yeah, because you
What's
are
this
worth
bloody us wearing onesies today?
It's bloody cold, and I weren't going to bring me what's it called? Like what Matt's got on.
Dressing gown?
That's the word. I wasn't going to bring that out because it'll just smell of smoke otherwise. I can't be having that.
Oh God, yeah. What's then? It'd be a smoking jacket.
My UFO pug.
UFO pug.
UFO pug.
Yeah, it's like with his mates who are trying to take over the Earth. UFO pug.
Okay.
Yeah. Smaller version of Urban Legends dog.
I've just got Pac-Man on.
Quite a bit smaller.
Oh, there we are.
It poos
Nice.
them out. You know what I mean? Poos them out every day.
What, the packs?
No, them size dogs.
Oh, right, yes.
After eating them.
Yeah, one of my sons has got 2 pugs.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur Two Pugs Jackson.
I can't remember that. I know one of them's called Tyrion because it's the same name as one of my cats, but I can't remember the name of the other one. I've actually got them on video as well. His cats, his dogs. Oh,
Whoa, Mr. Yorkshire.
Marcus.
Oh my
You're
God!
right.
It's alive.
Yorkshire.
Bloody hell. I wouldn't mess with him. That's all I can say. That's a proper head, that, isn't it? Makes me puts me to shame.
It's going to be because
You're parked up somewhere.
That's a wrestler's head, that is, isn't it? That's a tough guy. Tough man. With tattoos as well.
Have you
Hey,
got
tattoos are cool.
I'm coming round your house and I'm going to nut my way through your front door. Douche!
Urban Lad Yorkshire. Have you got a diesel eater in there?
Oh.
He's swinging by the side. The fuck you doing?
Well, he don't need a diesel eater. Look, he's wearing a bloody Mankini in his cab there. Look. And you think he is actually. He
Don't
is.
fucking encourage him.
I was like, look at this. Bloody hell. It's a bloody summertime. Rest of us have got like ice on our cars outside. Look at him in there. Look at him. In his where are you? You're not in your cab, are you? You're not in your cab. Oh, he is in his cab, look.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Urban Lad.
Have you got the like nice sort of like V-shaped cup round your man tackle and all the rest of it? It's a bit like Borat, you know. It's sort of like nicely cupping it.
Borat. I am Yorkshire.
Like sort of, does it come up? Does it Mankini come up to the top of your
nipples?
Come up here like this. I've got to be careful when I stand up. I've got to make sure I have actually got something on. I'm all right, today, but yeah.
Yeah. We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Urban Lad. Marcus, can't no audio.
Perhaps he's on his if you turn your Bluetooth on your phone off, because you might be coming through your stereo or something. You turn your Bluetooth off on your phone on the screen, you might come back or something. Because sometimes it takes the audio, doesn't it? It steals the audio when you're in a cab.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
so turn it off and turn it on again.
You released a video tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, just some shorts of daft things that the cats get up to, and I catch them in the progress of them doing something silly.
Is there like Actrad's getting that box thing, and then the other one's playing with the post and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've actually got a cover against one of the drawers because there's all things like nail varnish remover and stuff like that. So I've got it barricaded up so they can't get in. And here's the only place that he's not meant to get in, and he's there trying to pull the thing down. And it's like, yeah, you won't be moving that. It's wedged in against his toilet. So I'm just there, really,
Yeah.
The last we saw of Urban Lad then was like as if he shoved his phone down his crotch, and then the picture went off. He's like, right, fuck you all. Have some of that.
Oh God.
He's cool, Urban Lad Yorkshire.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him? What's it parked up on the side of the road with all his lights on in the cab, wearing a Mankini like that, with all his tats showing and his man tackle. I mean, I'm all for it. LBGT, gay truck drivers, whatever it takes. Not saying that he is, but You know, it's one way to get business, isn't it? Park up on the side of the road with the lights on, with the camera going with in a Mankini.
just put a filter over the light, yeah. When you're ready.
No, he's probably got some jeans on, I expect, but it's a classic look though, in it, like tank top. I'm a truck driver. I'm wearing a tank top.
Have you ever met him, Matt?
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I was out. We were. Did you come out that time? We went to the thing that's behind you. What's it called? The
Figi Brothers. That engineering place.
No. The thing that's
track.
behind. Well, yeah, but he wasn't there at the dog track.
I think he went there though at some point, didn't he?
Not at the same time as we went. No, what the hell's the name of that place now? Shit.
I know you went to Bellevue and then you went, but them were all separate things. But he went to them. I think it was either before or after use.
Yeah.
Same as the cinema beside it. He went to them at some point as well.
It's down Rochester way. Grain Fort, isn't it? Grain Island Fort or something.
Oh, it's behind us. Yeah, you was there with us. Yeah.
That's right. You were there at that thing. So you asked me had I met him. He was there then. Yeah, that was. I think that was the only time I met him. Actually, that was it.
Cool.
That was a brain fart from me, by the way. Not remembering that.
I thought you said you farted. Sorry. So I was looking. It's like, hello, folks. I've just farted. Welcome to the show. Yeah.
So, what have you been up to, John, this week? Anything or nothing? You got anything coming out?
Yeah, I've got. I knackered my phone, as you know. I thought I'd lost some stuff. It looks like I have, but I've found one. So that will be going up shortly. Cool. So I'm going to sort that one out.
Video to put out now, then.
Sorry? What'd you say?
You found a video to put out, then? Yeah.
I have, yeah, because I haven't been out for a while, like, and I'm like, I had about 2, possibly 3 in pipeline, and then I knackered my phone and I hadn't transferred anything. But luckily, it was saved somewhere on one of my, like drive somewhere. So I'm like, that's all right. So I'm still hunting for 2 more, but it's going to be a while. You get a certain amount of footage and you just go through everything. You're like, well, where is it then?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. But I've got one, so that's good. I can bring that out, and then hopefully I'll be out doing some more shortly.
Know what I mean? I've done that Halloween one special thing, and there's one clip of the main floor. I knew it filmed, but I couldn't find it on my system at all. And eventually I found out what happened to it. I gave a copy, or what I thought was a copy, to Richie Wellock. And once he used it, he got rid of it all. So when I came to suss out where it went, he didn't have it on his system no more. So I had to just use what I could off their videos, if you know what I mean, to blend it in. It worked all right, though, I thought. Because obviously the video of Richie top floor, he used a bit of mine, and I used that of my footage off his video, if you know what I mean. But it took me ages to work out where it went. It was going through all my files and folders, and yeah.
It's a nightmare because you get so much footage after a while. You're like, where did I put that one? So I had it all on my old phone. I had everything sort of sorted out. I thought, that's all right. Going to copy it over, and me being me, just forgot all about it. I thought, oh yeah, I'll bring it out. It'll be good. See you later, ALW. Take care, mate. See you soon. And so and then I broke my phone, and I thought, oh, I haven't backed anything up. Did my best to try and back it up with a broken phone, so hopefully I got it somewhere. Found one of them, but I can't find the other 2, and one's corrupt, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. But pain in the arse.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So, folks, a little lesson: if you do it on your mobile phone, back it up afterwards. You won't have the issue.
Yeah. Mine are all backed up.
I got to go through all my Google things now, my Google pictures and that, because my storage is full on Google. So yeah,
I put all my videos. I just stack them in a timeline. I render it. I call it my dub, the dub of everything. So it's got all the swear words in it, and I just upload that to YouTube on Unlisted. And you know, then when you edit it, you can then have a version which people see, but you also got the other one. But it's in addition to your hard drive, you've got another copy on backup on YouTube. So if something goes wrong, you've got two chances, like, you know. But it gets expensive when you have to buy 2 sets of hard drives to be absolutely certain, because if a hard drive goes down, I said bye footage, you know. But it's like buying 2 hard drives to do it. I'm like, so yeah.
I've got some stuff on like on cloud somewhere. Right, or is it on the Google Cloud and on Samsung Cloud or some? But trying to search through it, because you get it automatically backs up normally. I can't bloody find anything, and I've never bothered trying to like put it all together and make it into nice little files.
Hey, it's Mankini Man.
Can you hear me now? Hear me now?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Loud and clear.
It's a Mancunian Mankini Man. Mankini.
Just for the spite.
I'm like, oh God, my internet is absolutely
anchor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you wearing like pants and trousers, or are you like?
No, I've literally all I've got on is this bra.
The bra.
It's a woman's. It's a sports top that women wear when they go to the gym.
Oh right, yeah.
I have to wear this to hold my tits in.
Oh, well, yeah. So like one of those
the ones that everywhere you need to
get what they call the special ones that makes you look bigger, like, you know, it sort of pushes them out and sort of makes you look a bit bigger. Have you tried one of those? I haven't, but
I've got the Wonder Bra or something.
Yeah, Wonder Bra.
Yeah, Wonder Bra. That's the one.
How do I know that?
I'm saying nothing, John. Just proves what you're into.
It's like a cool. We're like scaffolding underneath it to hold them up, isn't it? You know what I mean? So they're like in your skin, you're like,
oh my God.
I'm gonna try one of those Wonder Bras on my arse, and then I'm gonna walk around like with Lycra on, like these big booty. What do they call them? The mampies, is it? Mampies? I think that's a Rasta term for fat person is a mampy, because there's a
okay.
And there's the booties as well. There's a term for booty. I'll find out what that is in a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna walk. My spine's gonna look really weird because it'll like be curved, and then it'll go out about 5 feet, and then down across the arse and back around, like, you know. I walk around like that. Like as if I got two washing machines in my Lycra, you know, like as my arse cheeks.
Hello, everybody on the chat.
Yeah.
I have 156. Lucifer. Andrew Clark.
This onesie's fucking comfortable, but it's got a bloody tail.
Robert. Hello, everybody.
Do you want to see my tail, Jackie? Do you want to see my tail, Jackie?
Yeah, go on then. But I only want to see the back tail. I don't want to see the front tail. Oh my God,
like,
that's funny.
John, have you got a new job? Like, are you working in a theme park now? As a
yeah,
will they allow you near a theme park? That's the trouble.
Working with Peter Pan, I'm going to be TikTok.
You got to be careful when you see things like that and they start wagging their tails. It's like in the well, not what was it, like the bovine world, the bovines. Yeah. When they start shaking their tails, it's like they start firing out pellets of shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it applies to like sheep. I've seen doing it, right? But the really funny. I'm sorry. I'm lowering. I facts and figures poop again. Yeah. You can stop me now if you want, but has anybody seen the footage which you can find on YouTube of, I think it's rhinos and hippopotamus? I think hippopotamus is probably the best one. Hippopotamus, they have this thing where when they start going like that, you want to run. Because they are just about to spray everywhere with liquid poopy.
Wow.
Make Jar Jar Binks proud.
Secret Vault, I just want to know
spread off. That's what it is.
Yeah, I just want to know what you actually typed in Google for it to come out with a rhino spraying poo everywhere.
I don't know. You only have to. Well, it's like they say. You're only one click away from porn on the internet, no matter what you do. So I must have been looking for like nice cat videos. That cat is showing us bits we didn't. No, it's not. That looks wrong. It's just. See, it looks wrong. Doesn't it? It's all right, folks. It's just a big black patch on its side.
Yeah,
I was like, what exactly are we looking at here? Right? Yeah. Right.
That's got a weird mind, hasn't you, Matt?
And that's exactly how it starts. You get some sort of innocent thing where something ends up like doing something you didn't really need to see, and then you click on it and you're like, what? And then suddenly it's like 100 videos like that come down the side in YouTube, like, oh, oh right, okay. And then suddenly you get a knock on the door from the bloody police, like wanting to know why you're looking at all this weird shit on YouTube. Of course, I would say, why is all this weird shit allowed to be on YouTube? But yeah.
It's to entertain the masses. Because where would we be without a little bit of fun?
It all starts innocently with the monkey who's sitting there scratching his butt with his finger. All right, and then he sniffs his finger and goes, oh, falls off his branch. He's like, oh. It all starts with that. And he just ends up in like shit being flung by a the back end of a rhino, and it's like that's it. So
I have seen said video with monkey. I have seen that.
Hey, urban lad, you sat in your cabin like that, and these are all wrapped up like they are there. You must have a diesel heater running in your cab.
It is. It does have. It's called a night heater. And it runs on it all night. If I run it all night for 9 hours, it uses an egg cup of diesel.
Damn!
Oh,
it just drops one little drop of diesel.
I don't know what it does, but I know it uses because we used to before night heaters were as efficient as what they are now. We used to run engine, and it were costing them like maybe to run engine all for like 4 or 5 hours, it were like costing them, I don't know, maybe 70, 80 quid. You know what I mean? But the because they're so efficient, the actual night heaters now it's an egg just above an egg cup of diesel. That's it, and it keeps the cab. I set it to 20 degrees. It's not on at minute, but I set it to 20 degrees and it keeps it at 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Is it built in?
Ball, because he keeps spamming in chat, keeps saying, watch this 200 proofs why we don't live on a spinning ball by Eric Dubé Ferry. It's like, piss off.
Well, then you know what to do, Jacker.
Sorry, mate.
You know what to do to him.
I know he's going to get his fucking ass handed to him in a minute.
You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. Yeah.
How it is.
Come round there and she'll have you.
You've already shown your pussy on the screen, so you might as well say it how it is.
Well, that's what's getting them excited, isn't it? That starts them off, these flat earthers, and they see a bit of that. It's like me with monkey shit flinging videos and the monkey with the frog. We won't say what goes on there.
Don't you?
Yeah. He has a little frog as a friend. It's his friend.
He used to fit them heaters.
Very close friend.
No, the ticket machines for the police when they sit on the park up next side of the road, flip down the window and then get tickets and make money. Yeah, they used to get fitted out with them diesel heaters, night heaters,
Oh yeah.
speeding camera vans.
Oh yeah, the speedy caravans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
they've got them in
Yeah.
as well.
I know a good way to keep those warm. It's called a milk bottle with petrol in it. Light it. You throw it in there. It'll keep them warm for hours. That will. Yeah.
Molotov
Well, it don't
cocktail
last
will
that
not
long.
work.
And
when
trust
you were
me, it
talking
only
about-
takes a milk bottle, right? And honestly, it lasts hours, mate. It's just a milk bottle. Like
Even one of them-
amazing.
Even one of them little milk bottles when you went to school and you used to get a little bit of milk and that every day. One of them milk bottles will do exactly the same job.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah, I remember them.
Come on,
Used
I've
to
got
get
to put
them.
a disclaimer in here. We've got to put a disclaimer.
Yeah.
We're only joking.
We're only joking.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
we mean turpentine. We don't mean petrol.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Paraffin. We throw it in there and he grabs it and then he puts it in his heater and it keeps him going for hours.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
He
kids
doesn't burn his wick.
There's some kids the other week near bonfire night. Yeah, they got hold of a cat, poured petrol down its throat, and let it go like that. It ran round, then just stopped. It was all right. It just ran out of petrol.
Dear. I was just expecting some horrific thing of lighting it and it boom. Yeah.
Don't do that to cats either. They don't run on petrol.
No, they don't.
They don't.
No.
Otherwise, they'll use your face as a bloody scratching post.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Just on the subject of petrol, I thought I'll throw that one in. And Jackie and
Keep the firewall.
Everyone's faces look serious when he's telling you as well.
No, because the thing is, I remember years ago, which was really, really horrible. This is when I was with one of my exes, and actually we were going getting money from the cash machine. And as we were walking down the street, I didn't even have cats then, by the way, but walking down the street and somebody was holding something by its tail and it was on fire and all you could see was the fur and everything going everywhere. And I just turned around and I'm like, am I really just looking at what I can see? And they'd done exactly what I thought they'd done. And I just thought, oh my fucking God. And at the time, I think I was just stood there more in shock that somebody was doing it in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's sad.
What not now?
There was some bloke caught the other day, like carrying a cat like with the scruff of the neck, but he had it like so tight you could see that the cat's face was distorted, and he was just like walking with it, like, you know, sort of like he was caught on somebody's camera, like a door camera or something, and I think they probably found out who it was, but it's like he's just grabbed somebody else's cat and he's just walking down the street like, you know, like he's going to do something nasty to it.
Oh, so, yeah. Some really sick individuals, because I mean, I don't know whether I mentioned it before, but I know at one point, this is when I was living at my other house, it was going round that people had to watch their dogs in certain area because somebody was putting meat down and it all been laced with bloody poison. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with people? You don't own the field. It was basically public, you know, for the public. And somebody was doing that to other people's dogs. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with people? Some people just need their
news, local news, like we're from the same area, so yeah, it was some.
Yeah. Because obviously it goes around and everybody's warning each other, like to say, be careful, you know, when you're taking your dogs for walks. It's like, why? Why do you need to do it? They're not doing anything to you.
Yeah, you didn't come.
They did that with cats in Goole. That there were about, I think it were about nearly 60 cats that got poisoned with antifreeze.
Yeah, because they go for the smell of it. Because they work. Majority of the animals they work by smell, especially cats. And if they can smell, if they can't smell, then they won't eat, and basically they'll die. But if they, you know, antifreeze, it's got like a sweet smell, and they actually go for it, and obviously it ends up killing them.
Yeah. There was a thing on the news going back a couple
Jeffrey
of years.
Ball, that's it. You've been warned.
There was a thing on the news a few years ago of a woman walking down the street, grabs a cat off the wall, lifts a wheelie bin and throws it right in the wheelie bin and closes the lid and walks off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they actually found who it was, recognised her, and she got done for that. I'm no cruelty. Like she should.
Good. People that hurt animals need to be bloody, shamed onto them. Simple as that. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not laughing at the cat thing. I'm just laughing at what happened in the chat just then. Sorry. Well done. So why do people want to just like ram nonsense like that down people's throats and it?
Oh well.
Yeah, same shit, different day.
Innit?
Find somewhere else, go and do it. Definitely, isn't it?
If he's that bothered, go and fucking watch it yourself.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
I already know. Don't give a shit. Don't believe it. Fuck off.
Yeah, they can jog on.
Had the conversation.
You know what? One of them the other day, right? I know we're bringing the subject matter up now, but this is kind of on topic, right? If you spoke to somebody like that for long enough, they would come out with this wonderful piece of logic. They say, "Well, why haven't they ever taken a photo from space with the camera so you can see the whole of the Earth?" Well, not only did they do that from the moon, but there is a satellite that's out in distant orbit around the Earth right now that's taking photos every day. Right, of the Earth every single day, and it gets the whole thing in because it's far enough back. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it is out there.
Yeah. When you were on about trackers earlier on, on the vehicle I am driving, I have 3 trackers on it. I have one on the trailer. And then I have 2 on the unit, the engine part of it. And the one is owned by, one of the trackers is from my boss, and then one's from Scania. The make of the truck is Scania, you see. So Scania know where I am all the time. Basically, if it breaks down, they know where to get to me. And they know, the trackers are that good that they know what gear I am in and how fast I'm going on the road that I am going on. You know what I mean? So if I'm in a 30 zone and I'm doing 40 mile an hour, they know I'm speeding. And it flashes up on the computer in office that I'm going faster than what I should be doing. You know what I mean? My gaffer thinks it's funny because he knows that I can get there quicker and I can do the job and then come back and do something else. You know what I mean? So he's all right with it, but it's like, honestly, they know which way you're facing on a road and everything. It's crazy. It is. The only thing they don't know is what clothes I'm wearing because it's like, you know what I mean? The camera, we don't have cameras inside. We have cameras outside. But
it's called telematic, basically. Telematic. Yeah. They can tell you whether you've got your signals on or not signals on and stuff like that. You can see whether you're braking or reversing and anything like that. Used to fit them as well.
They know if I've got my seatbelt on. They know how many hours driving I have left. They know when I had my last break. They know when. What else do they know?
You move your eyes out the camera. Thank you.
It's just like it's crazy. It's like Big Brother is watching.
Can they tell what religion you are by looking on your Mankini?
Yeah, they can. Yeah. If
at least they've got a Mankini cam in there. And I thought they probably would have. Yeah.
They've got a camera on the passenger side of the truck down, and there's a screen over on the passenger side. When I switch it on, if I go to London, we have to have so we can see cyclists and stuff like that. Well, one of the drivers and that had parked up for night, and all his truck were off, the ignition were off and everything, but that camera still works and they can see it in the office. Yeah. And he went outside the truck and that with dark lane and that, and he dropped his doings out and he had a slash at the side of the truck. And they were all for the size of his weapon. It's now called the Hammer. You know what I mean? It's someone said it were like a baby's arm holding a toffee apple, but I haven't seen the video, so I don't know.
Was it one of you by any chance?
It wasn't me. No. There's no baby's arm here, buddy. You know what I mean? He's here.
Yeah, LW.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Research team.
Hello.
Hello, research team.
Was Thomas the Tank Engine? Hello.
Oh, was it? That was Ringo Starr, was it?
Yeah.
It
He used
was,
to do
yeah.
the voice, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Takes me back. Yeah. I'll cover that up. Oh, no, I can't, can I? It's free. I've got a free T-shirt and I'm wearing it. I'm not advertising
Cool.
them now.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just like powdered food. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's John with his hat on.
John, what they call it? John's got a free crocodile outfit, and he's not advertising for crocodile burgers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
a crocodile.
Yeah. The words that Lacrosse have not came out of his mouth yet.
Oh yeah, well, of course. Yeah, that's it.
Got me Crocs on. Woohoo.
Oh God,
I'm
they
sorry.
should be banned. Them things.
Mm.
At least you're
what's
not
that
wearing.
in front of you?
Eh?
What ALW? What's that in front of you?
Oh, it's one of Thomas's toys. It's Disco
Oh,
Chick.
it looked like a part of a tea topper. What they call it? You know, like a cow's udders. I thought it was tea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Just
God.
Just poking up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
got
it. Yeah, like, hello.
I've destroyed the chat with my free T-shirt.
Oh God.
Yeah.
There's another company that does those sort of drinks. They're called Soylent, which is Soylent. So it comes from, which is pretty sick because it's all like green stuff and it's all like stuff. We put stuff in it, and it's like. But there's a movie called Soylent Green.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, yeah. And do you know what the storyline behind Soylent Green is?
No.
No.
Yeah, that people eat Soylent Green. That's what they do, and they live in these like domes and sort of like in this community, and they eat all this stuff. And it turns out that Soylent Green is dead people. They recycle them and they put them in the food.
Oh,
Soylent
God.
Green.
Oh, nice.
The secret is Soylent Green is people. So this company's gone out and created a food for vegetarians, and it's called Soylent. Well, that's a little bit sick. Because it's like you're feeding vegetarians, human beings, cannibalism. That's what the joke is. It's like that's not a good company name.
No.
When you know where it comes from, it's a bit sick, really. But yeah, it's like
indeed. So
I don't want to have Soylent. What the hell's it got in it?
I think for legal reasons, we'll point out that Huel. We're not saying Huel has dead people in it.
It is like the sound you make when you're throwing up. Yeah.
Oh dear.
And we will say for purposes of him wearing that any money that he gets from the making of this will be donated to Urban Legend UK.
Yes. Yeah.
Cheers for that super chat.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be like a children's anti-vomiting charity then.
Oh God.
This is Johnny. He's been vomiting since he was born. Please help Johnny.
I'm just getting off to the boys' room, little boys' room. Back in a sec.
Okay, bye.
All right.
It's already.
This is Urban Legend. He's been in the little boys' room since he was a boy. Oh, sorry. No, that was a suggestion. Right.
And me now, I actually say now I'm off for a piss. You know what I mean? It's like I used to go to the little boys' room, but now I just have a piss. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, because it doesn't sound right in there. Like I'm a grown man, and I'm off to the little boys' room to pull out my tackle, and in the little boys' room. Yeah. Do you have to remove the little boys from it before you go in there?
Yeah, I mean, I did an explore with Adzi 156. And we went to a school in Stoke, and we went into the toilets. In the toilets, above the urinal was a camera.
Yeah, I remember that.
What?
A camera. Oh my! Seriously, if he's still in chat, but he used to go to that school as well. I went, honestly, there was a camera. It's on my video. It's like
they're not allowed.
Ceiling. And it was above the urinals. Crazy.
I don't think legally you're allowed to do that.
No, I think they call
You
it
can, as long
fluorism.
as you can, but as long as it doesn't point at the urinal or at the pan itself.
Well, it's one that you can
Bit
move it
dodge
round
that.
to where you want. You know what
It
I
is
mean?
dodgy,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's still in
proper
chat.
dodgy. It was like I looked in and I looked up and I thought, what the frig? I'm
Yep.
like, what? Really?
Oh, it says
And
it's
you're
not
like-
illegal. It's not
No.
illegal, but
There
they
you
must
go.
let people know they're being filmed.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm going to film your child going to toilet. Really?
I know what the frick. That is
Yeah, that's a
just
bit
wrong.
weird. That's a bit weird.
I mean, it's,
Well, I could tell you, it wouldn't be lasting long if in a toilet I would go into. I could tell you if I
No.
saw a bloody camera in that toilet,
Nope.
it'd be sort of suddenly having a brown tint to the bloody image.
Yeah, I'm feeling you'd be throwing it down the shitter.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah.
that toilet in that room had got, you know, where you get the toilet roll and you like you wet it and then you throw it at the ceiling.
Yeah, they used to throw it in the
Like
ceiling,
that,
didn't
like,
they? In
all the
schools.
way around it, but you could still see the camera. You know what I mean? But it was all the way around
They
it.
cleaned it off.
No.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took me back to about 1989 when I used to do that. Wet toilet roll and throw it at the ceiling.
And I'd just like to tell you, it still happens.
What was that?
You
Little
only did
fuckers.
it then, ALW.
Pardon?
You only did it then. I still do it now, me.
Yeah.
He only did it in 1989. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Just that year. No other.
That's it, yeah.
I left school in 1989.
Do we want to know, Jackie?
No, I didn't. I passed my test in 1989. That's when I passed there. No, I didn't. Yeah, I lied then. I knew it was something about 1989, though.
Yeah, I seen that video in like Yorkshire with the camera. Wonder whether it was just there for dummy purposes, to put people off, putting stuff like powder on the back of the toilets. But saying that, the school, you don't think kids would be into that, would you?
I don't know anything goes at school.
The room that it was in, I think you'll have to ask Adsy 156, but I'm not sure. Just started demolition. Yeah, I'm not sure if the school, if it were a secondary school or like a middle school, you know. But so
Primary school.
Yeah, I mean,
that
camera definitely worked. It wasn't. If it were a dummy, it were an expensive dummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or a camera that's not wide up, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, schools do that, don't they? They just waste money, don't they? You know what I mean? So, it was a high school. Yeah. It was a high school, yeah. He said it was a high school.
They just started demolishing. I'm sure, them cameras were a bit dodgy. To be honest, you can buy actual proper CCTV cameras for about £50 each. Decent 2 megapixel ones, yeah. Them are dummy. I don't see the point in dummy cameras, but
no,
I won't put them into kids' toilets. That's Weirdsville.
Well, you can buy an IP camera, point, tilt, and zoom for £20.
Wow.
Yeah,
and good quality as well.
Yeah.
20 quid on eBay. I bought one, and you connect it up with when you get it on the phone app, and you can move it around and check the dog when you're away. 20 quid on eBay.
Oh yeah, they're doing some Black Friday ones on what the fudge is it called now?
Amazon.
Who showed me one?
Amazon.
Oh, my mate was showing me one of them. He bought it off internet. Went round to his house. He went, have a look at this, and told me about 35 quid. And like you say, control it all off your phone and everything, spin it around and stuff.
Plus, I can speak through it. I can hear on it, and I can speak. I can speak to the dog. I send a message through it. It's like crazy. 20 quid.
That's quite cool.
I was going to ask you a question then, but since you've just answered it by saying the dog, but I was going to say, which toilet have you put yours in then?
Well, that's that. Yes, and I put it through this little hole into the neighbours' houses. I got one into that side and one in that side. Yeah. Or like that. There was a famous singer, wasn't there? So you're back on it again. Here we go. If it's the dirge of the internet, I probably know about it. Yeah. There was a singer who was quite famous, like a black. I think he's black singer. I can't remember who it was, but he got done for having a hidden camera, like a pinhole camera, installed in all the women's toilets, like facing up, so he could see their, I don't know, see their knicker color. Yeah, see the color of their knickers when they were having a pee. Yeah. And he got done for it, and it was like quite famous. And he was famous, and he had his own bar, and he went and done that. It's nuts.
Wow.
Right.
Mick J says, I like what he did there, Matt, with IP camera.
Yeah.
I had to read it twice. I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, I get it.
You don't want you don't want the iPo cameras. The iPo cameras, you've got to keep cleaning those. Yeah.
Night Lady Lucifer.
Is she off?
Lady Lucifer.
Right, Lucifer.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Lucifer. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, but that school that we went to, the police were actually using it as a training centre as well. You know, with dogs, they were using it for dogs. And that,
Yeah, they do a lot of that.
Yeah, it was a good exploit. It was trashed as shit, and a lot of doors were locked, and it were like you couldn't get in the doors because it were like proper fire doors. So they were like, I wanted to get into rooms to see what they got in the rooms because they had all stuff on walls and that, and I just couldn't get into quite a lot of them. But it was a good thing that, yeah.
Yeah, they do that with quite a lot of buildings that just close down. Usually buildings for police training until people actually get in and start smashing the windows in there. And of course, can't set the dogs off in there really just for training purposes because of the glass.
Yeah, well, they put booties on them, don't they? They put like little booties on them.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, the more I'm looking at this now, the more I'm realizing how widespread this is because there's a Nottingham guy got done for, he's a plumber and he hid a secret camera in somebody's toilet and he's a plumber.
I've heard it on the news a few times.
And in America, Peeping Tom in Florida got done, and then there was a guy who apparently was a script writer for Saturday Night Live. He did it in one of his places and got done for it.
People are so stupid.
People with like decent jobs.
What's the point? And pull something. You know what I mean?
I know. It's just like, what's the thrill? Like, I mean, surely if you're kind of like an adult, you could, be having fun instead of looking at people's bits. You could actually be out there doing things. Like having some actual fun. You know what I mean? You don't have to go like to that sort of level to kind of. Bit sad.
And even if you're not that bad, you can't pull anything or pull someone or whatever, you can always pay for it.
Oh my God. A man was arrested for a hidden camera that he'd installed in the James Bond film studio.
No.
On the movie set. On the movie set.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's probably copyright. Copyright that material, isn't it?
Oh. Unbelievable. Pinewood Studios, they hid a hidden camera, and it's where Daniel Craig and all those, and he was probably hoping he was going to catch somebody famous on that toilet.
Oh, on the toilet.
Wow.
Who'd want to see that?
I know.
Oh, ALW. That is a silly question because there's a lot of people on the internet that would pay for that sort of shit, isn't there, really?
Really?
There's some sickos out there, buddy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is, to be honest, yeah.
I can't believe what I'm seeing here now, right? In Ireland, an aide to an MP, Irish MP, right? He got done for sticking a camera. Like he's literally, you got the MP, then you got the guy's secretary, basically, and this guy put a camera in the toilet and he got done for it. I mean, I'm just rolling up through Google and I'm just looking at this guy got done, this guy, the MP's aide, film studio. It's like, what? I'm actually learning something here because I didn't realize quite how prolific this problem was. But yeah,
I didn't think it was that bad. Know what I mean? I've heard 1 or 2 cases, but like you say, you find them all on there.
1,600.
Same subject.
All right. But 1,600 guests got filmed in South Korea on a secret spy camera. They found evidence of 1,600. Oh no!
My God.
That is South Korea, though, isn't it? I mean, like bloody Squid Games and all that.
Have they got to the bottom of it yet?
Yeah.
Police
hopeful they're going to see a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all I can say.
Still need to identify these people. Can you recognise these pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my ass.
I wonder if like your fingerprint. I wonder if a genitals actually produce a unique fingerprint.
Oh my God.
Don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Not a clue.
Yeah.
I suppose it would have,
you
wouldn't it?
seen the
It's,
Squid
you know what I mean?
Games?
Like your fingerprint, like you say.
Well, there was a joke I remember about this. He's probably going to be like, don't. Is your mum watching?
Possibly.
She probably.
Hi, Mum.
This is going to be a bit. Yeah, no,
Hi,
I'll
Will.
leave this joke. I'll leave this joke. Maybe
Yeah.
privately then. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no worries.
Don't want to do that to his mum.
No.
Matt,
Well,
have you
that's
seen
the
Squid
hard times
Games?
she's had over the weekend. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I watched it up to the point where they'd all got taken away and got out of it, and then they were going to go back. And then I was like, I haven't watched the rest of it, but apparently this is where it gets good, so I should watch the rest of it now.
It does get
Yeah.
good.
I watched it all.
I can't. You know the bloody subtitles and the. It's not the fact of that they've dubbed it. It's the fact that it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's like lips are moving like. I don't think. I don't know. It's like it does me head in. I did watch it all.
Japanese, it's like the Japanese Godzilla films, isn't it? It's like the geezer's mouth moves right. They go, and then like 10 minutes later goes Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's like,
No,
And
Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah, the Zoom movies, yeah.
I love the accent, John. Were they from Barnsley?
Godzilla. Have you seen that other one, Alice in Borderland, as well?
Not yet.
No.
It's on Netflix, is it?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like Squid Games, but different sort of take and stuff. It's good. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it was
Just
a good
as violent.
film actually. That Squid Games, well, a series. Sorry, it was a good series. I did enjoy it. You know what I mean? But it's just you know what I mean? Why didn't they make it in like with English speaking people? Well, I suppose, yeah.
Wouldn't be the same then.
Probably because it's South Korean.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I've never seen it, but a lot of people have been talking about it over the last few months.
Oh, it's all over TikTok. It's like all as soon as you go on, red light, green light, and they're doing raves and all sorts with it. They've got red lights and green lights, and Jesus Christ, someone's making some right pork out of that bloody thing.
That's quite cool.
And the thing is, what people.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I mean, I was just going to say, there's like a hidden naughty sort of fact about how it came about as well, because Netflix have been trying to get into the Chinese market, and they've been trying to get in all around that area. So Netflix has been very careful that when it commissions things, there's like rules like don't slag off China, don't go on about communism in a negative way. In fact, be a bit complimentary, because they literally want to sort of like wheedle their way in, right? And China weren't having none of it. They were having none of it. So they've been trying for years. And because they went no, Netflix made a line in the sand. They said, right, we're cutting it off now. We're not bothering anymore. So the first thing they did then is commission something from Korea. Of course, Chinese don't like Korea, do they? Yeah. No. So it's like, they commissioned something with Korea. And what does it go on about in there? There's loads of anti-communist and anti-dictator references and things like that in there, and it's a subtle up yours to China from Netflix, because it's actually Netflix made it.
Yeah, they've done loads though. The thing is, it's not just Squid Games and the other one I said. There's loads of films, South Korean films, which are out, and they're actually pretty decent. They're not like bad. So Netflix have put them out. Some of them they've just left the subtitles, but a lot of them they've dubbed. So like,
I reckon dubbed is better, because people like me who's dyslexic find it hard and try to read all the words as they come up, and you're not reading the words, concentrate on the words more than you are the actual series or film. So I think
I'm same as that.
Even if it's bad dubbing, at least you get the enjoyment more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like by the time I've read what it said, the picture's changed on the screen and it's all gone. You know what I mean? It's like, Oh, bollocks. You know, it's like,
I've only seen it advertised on the bus the other day. That anyone seen the new Ghostbuster Afterlife yet?
Is it out yet?
No,
It's not out yet, is it?
I don't know.
Advertised the other day. I was like,
I
what?
haven't seen it.
I thought it was December. I'll tell you now. Hang on. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I think it's
release.
out at the end of the week, actually.
18th of November. Oh, but is that the States?
Oh, a few days
It's
ago.
out.
it's out already. isn't it?
Already out.
Oh, it's out. Ooh, let's see what
Is it out?
it's apparently 18th of November. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I didn't even know they're bringing it
Don't
out.
know
to
anything
see
about
the
it.
bus.
I
Like,
did. I've seen it
Is
Is it
advertised.
with the women again? Is it with the women that, or is it?
No, not this
No,
one.
thank
no.
God.
It's a direct
it's got an
sequel to the other two.
Yeah.
It's got 7.8 out of 10.
I've been hearing good things about it too, so I want to see it.
It's directed by what's his name's son? The guy who played
Jason Reitman. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, the guy who played is it Egon, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Ivan Reitman directed the first one. Ivan was his dad, directed Ghostbusters, but Spengler wrote it. You know, who wrote it.
Okay.
You know, he played Spengler. Yeah, and he actually wrote some other things as well, like National Lampoons, or was it Animal House, or things like that. He did.
I love that film.
You know, that's how he got. That's how he got to be in them, because he wasn't really very well known. You know, but because he'd written some really top-notch stuff that had made a lot of money, that's how he got the chance to write Ghostbusters and be in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they make the girl Ghostbusters because it was a bit sexist, the first one?
They did, yes.
It wasn't sexist, no.
I didn't think it was.
It were like they were. I think, but both Ghostbusters 1 and 2 were perfect. And I do like the girl. There's 2 girl films in there.
No, just that one.
Just the one. Oh, okay.
That other
I
one,
was trying to say it's
that
good.
Chinese guy, is not official one.
No, the girl one was like, it was all right, but they tried to make it funnier than what it actually was, and they just like a bit of special effects, and that was about. It's like, nah, don't ruin something which didn't need to be done.
Harold Ramis, you know, was the writer of Ghostbusters. Wrote it with Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're apparently in this one as well.
Yeah, apart from Ramis, who's dead.
I love them films.
Yeah, that's right. National Lampoons. He was a writer for some of those.
Yeah.
Animal House. He wrote Animal House. That was a National Lampoons one. Wrote Meatballs. Right?
Meatballs. That's so hilarious.
Caddyshack. Classic. Right?
Both in one.
And then he wrote Stripes, which was also very good, but not so many people remember that one. But
yeah, I put it on DVD.
Did he write?
The Armadale.
Did he write Top Secret as well?
Top Secret.
Oh, that's not down here. Hang on,
Because that was a classic in itself, but I don't know. I can't remember who wrote it.
I can't remember, but
Yeah.
they were funny.
Says,
Karen William Boots. Gets me every time.
What phony dog poo?
Was that geezer who comes in every time? He's all shut up. He's called Latrine. And the black guy's called Chocolate Mousse. Who are you? I'm Chocolate Mousse.
There's a message for you on the screen there.
Was it? Oh, okay. I'll come and have a look at it now. Just looking up Top Secret. What was it? Souvenirs, novelties, party tricks.
Phony dog poo.
Phony dog poo. What phony dog poo? Right. Oh, can I download Venom? Let There Be Carnage. Meant to be a good one. Oh, you can download it. Oh, is it? Right. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, the first one was awesome. I liked it.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Oh,
I was thinking about
on a Spike's picture. It's like a Ghostbusters one with finger.
Yeah,
that's cool. Is that?
What was the you know that one with the women in? It was so cringy, like the way it was just trying to have a go at men like they were just useless idiots and all this, and it was just having like a really woke sexist pop, and it was just like why have they hijacked this movie? You know, I mean, just make them different characters in a different time. Why are they trying to remake the original with like these women? Just make it a new story. Then it's not going to piss people off because they have to try and remake it and make it all woke. I was thinking to myself, do you know what I think would be really good if there was like a Kickstarter, right? People pay money and the money's put into an account to pay Sony to buy the rights to that movie and scrap it and put it in the bin so it can never be watched again.
Yeah,
buy it
burn
off them, buy it off them and burn it. It's that
Don't do it
fucking bad.
justice, does it? When the people try to make a film just for political reasons, entertainment film, like it
hijacked
before or whatever.
Yeah,
and
they hijacked a good story and good characters and just wanted to put woke shit all over the top of it.
And it just shows it in the ratings as well because it was one of the worst videos they actually done.
Yeah.
Released,
it was absolutely shit.
It was so painful. It was like I didn't even want to watch to the end. It was one of those, like, you know, a bit like that new Dune. I love Dune, but the new one, it looks wonderful, but there's no frigging story in it at all. It just don't make any sense.
Just a remake.
I watched it. I don't want to.
Jumping on something that was successful.
How the fuck on IMDb has it got a 6.5? The Ghostbusters from 2016. How has it got a 6.5?
If that's got 6.5 and the new one's got 7.
No, it's got 7.9.
If it's that bad.
How the hell do they get they paid them off to have
that? New Critters film.
No, they haven't brought one of them out for years.
And just have a look because I'm sure I saw some other day advertising something for Critters.
Well, there's only four, as far as I know, there's 4 of them, isn't there?
Critters 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Critters! Nah.
There's 4 Critters films. I don't think they. I think they were saying about, we'll remake it, but that's what they always say about all of them.
Yeah. I remember once I had a little journey in my life on magic mushrooms, and all I could see were these critters everywhere. So I had to park up in a select location and sit there for like 12 hours till the buzz feeling had worn off. You know what I mean? It were awful.
Hope you haven't been eaten at the end of it.
The only time I have been under the influence of mushrooms. I don't even like mushrooms, you know what I mean? And it was like, it were awful. And my exhaust fell off my Fiesta as well.
It's hot times, dude.
Don't go down mushrooms to that farmer again, then.
I went in Whitby, and I had to drive home from Whitby, and it were like miles and miles, and I were like, oh shit, I'm gonna park up because I'd taken them ages. They remember these pots of tea, and I had them for about it'd been about 2 hours or something like that. And I went, oh, well, they haven't worked on me. Come on, let's go home. And it were like, as soon as I got on road, I'm like, oh shit. Exhaust fell off. It were hanging out at boot of the car and everything.
Oh my God.
That was like a very strange euphemism. I went to Blackpool and my bloody exhaust fell off my Fiesta. It was hanging out the back end. It was like all over the place.
Epic just said new Critters film called Critters Attack 2019.
Really?
Yeah. I knew I'd seen it somewhere.
I've got to look this up now. We'll see how shit it is.
Is it on Amazon? I think it might be on Amazon, that.
Is it? Oh, I'll have to have a look.
If they were planning to release it for 2019, they're a bit late on that one, aren't they?
Yeah, just a bit.
Oh, you can watch it, you can see it. Oh, fuck. Why have they got another one, man?
Why? It was, lost it now. I'll come back. I did have it. Sorry, Zucker, the Top Secret. Jim Abrams, David Zucker, Jerry Zucker were the writers. There you are. So
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That film's brilliant. It still makes me laugh.
It's got every trick and trope in the book, isn't it?
Well, they pushed that German off the top of the castle, didn't they? It just smashes on the ground.
He goes, I know a little German. He's sitting over there.
Hello.
Yeah.
he goes like that, doesn't he? He looks at his watch and he looks at it. It's a fucking massive watch there.
Yeah. Peter Cushing with the eye magnifying glass, and he's looking at something, and he pulls the magnifying glass away, and his eye is massive.
I'll tell you what, that scene with Peter Cushing is just absolutely classic because everything's backwards, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it's all reversed. They had to learn the script in reverse, didn't they?
Yeah. And they got, what's that? When they're out in the park, it's got that, like normally you'd have a statue of like a person. It's got a big statue of a pigeon. It's just there, and they're talking. And like these geezers just come down like that and piss on the side of it. And they just fly off again. The pigeon shits on the floor. You're like, what?
I'm easily amused with stuff like that.
Oh, me too. It's like Aeroplane 1 and 2. I mean, come on. It's like...
It looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
What is it? What can you make out of this? I can make a brooch, a hat, or a pterodactyl.
Jesus Christ.
What's it got? Is it Leslie Nielsen in it, isn't it?
In
also, yeah.
Aeroplane, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, well, there's somebody called Roger Rover.
She's having to blow
Overdone.
What was that? Police Squad, wasn't it? The one with Leslie Nielsen in it.
Yeah, he was in that
he did
before
Police
it,
Squad
yeah.
as well,
Oh,
yeah.
Police Squad.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
classic.
And the Naked Gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got all them.
And
Yeah, I think Top Secret, they must have looked at like Police Squad and gone, Jesus, look how much they're cramming in you. And they must have just like written every gag, because it was all tight, wasn't it? Top Secret was just bang, 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 bang. Just amazing.
Shoe shine.
You're saying that, I'm still laughing at the because it's obviously set in like Germany, isn't it? And they're on that he's like waiting for the train to go, and there's you see the Germans on the platform and all that, and they're chasing someone, and there's a package drop. You think, what's that? And the dogs are going, rah, rah. It turns out to be some dog biscuits, and the dogs are just eating it away. They just shoot the people. You're like, what?
Yeah, is it like Val Kilmer? They're like crawling towards this like fence or something, and they look up, and there's a pair of boots. There's boots, yeah, and then he looks up, and there's nobody there. It's just a pair of boots. Yeah.
On that, airplane, I love it where it's like where they've landed it, and it's always so like all the way through back end of film. It's like door 21, door 35. It's something like that, and everybody's there's got this group of people running for plane down all these gates, and that gate 76, and then it was just like a clip of all these people running.
They're all running back again.
Yeah,
just running down thing and that. Oh God, they were classics. Them.
When they
a lot of stuff.
Was it that geezer? That geezer gets out the taxi at the beginning, I think, on one of them. And he like goes, keep the meter running. It's all the way through. You forget all about that. At the end, the taxi meter's still going. It's like thousands of pounds. It's just been left.
Yeah.
No,
that's airport, isn't it? You're talking about airplane.
Airplane.
Yeah.
What's it? You got what's the other one? Different. Is Spaceballs, isn't it? That's another classic one.
Yeah. Mel Brooks.
Yeah. Was it Mega Maid's going from sug to blow? blow, suck.
Darren Dickinson. Yeah, I want to see the new Bond
film.
Oh, but Pike on the Track said Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
That's meant to be out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it still? Has it got the same people in?
Hi, Melissa.
Tom Cruise is in it, and Tom Cruise learned how to fly the jets and actually did the stunts. There's a guy who's a pilot in the back as well, but he actually flew all the high G-force maneuvers and everything. Yeah.
He likes doing all that.
Sitting on a little pillow because he's so small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a shot.
Put a little high seat in.
Yeah, put a little booster seat in there for you. Yeah, Mr. Cruz, have that. That's for my son. It's a little booster seat for when you're in the plane.
Yeah, a lot of people still they say that they joined the Air Force because of watching Top Gun, because it made them feel all like sort of romantic about the idea of planes and landing on carriers and crazy fights and stuff. And they still a lot of people say like, oh, I got into everything because of that. I think I was watching an astronaut, and she said, before I became an astronaut, I got in because of Top Gun, and then I got into the military, and then I became an astronaut. It was like, yeah.
Wow.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get a drink.
Okay.
I need to pop off for a sec as well.
Going to the bathroom.
I couldn't think of
I'm not
anything
going to say that.
worse to do
Not on
with-
this show. I would never say that.
No.
Land on the bloody
You go to the little boys' room
Oh my
again.
God.
Hi, Melissa.
May 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
What's
Now.
the sort of what year is it set in? Is it set in like today, or is it set like back then when it was all F-14s and stuff? I don't know. That's a question.
Best to look it up
More
on
people.
Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously, if it's the same characters, they've got grown old, haven't they? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And-
yeah,
and,
newer technology would be better in there. I wouldn't say it would be the brand new planes, but it might be planes that have been out for 1 or 2 years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like when Bad Boys, they brought new Bad Boys out, they like missed loads of the life, haven't they? And it were like, oh no, and we're like,
Yeah, they're
oh,
grown up kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're like, oh, what a bugger.
No, bad boy.
Hey, the pussy.
Thank you,
then.
Epic Gaming Moments. It's meant to follow the original, so it's set back then, so it's all F-14s and whatever else they were using back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right, says the jets look insane. It's all the set in newer times. Yeah.
All right.
It'd be hot
Who's
modern
writing
stuff.
the new?
Tom Cruise, because he became a Top Gun, didn't he? He was Top Gun, wasn't he? So he were an instructor then, wasn't he? He became an instructor, didn't he?
Yeah, teaching everyone.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's more on that line, him teaching, but I don't know.
What year did that come out? The original one.
Time in the 80s, weren't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely
80,
80s, yeah.
87. I'm going to go with 87 as a quiz thing.
It
And I'm not
were
looking
about,
it up.
it were about 17 or something, wasn't it?
What do you
I've
want
no
about?
idea. What year did
Well,
Top Gun come out? As a
so
trivia
really-
type question.
Yeah.
I think it
Well,
was
the jet-
87.
Would a
86.
military jet pilot still be flying after all these years? You reckon?
No. No, they usually get desk jobs. They're usually at the top of the game because they end up being like the squadron leader and stuff like that, and then they get a desk job.
Right, so that's what this film's going to be all about then, sitting behind the desk.
It'll be a bit
No,
boring.
he's out flying. It's going to be like crazy flying. But he has moved on. I think the story is that he's much higher up now. He's like a lot of times gone past.
86.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kevin
Is he-
Quinton said
is he like
86.
Jetta?
86, yeah.
Yes, dead.
It was 1986. Yeah.
Does he request a flyby? And they tell him to no. And that bloke's with his coffee. And he goes, oh my God.
Buzz of the tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, mate.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a series of videos on YouTube where they get people that are involved in the industries or in the things, and one of them was like a Navy pilot, or she's a test pilot, like this female. She's flown everything, and she sits there and watches all the movies and tells you what's wrong, and like issues, because there's some stupid movies, and I hate CGI where like an aircraft comes in and literally just goes whoosh and then like flips and then just goes whoosh and just like turns just like whoosh, and it's just no, you don't, she was saying you never come down that low and you never come that close to buildings, and you would never be able to do a turn like that. I mean, it's just like Hollywood. They really do cock it up sometimes with this stupid flying through canyons and all this, like through canyons.
Rolling.
Nah, you'd be dead. You'd be completely dead. You know.
Saying that, Matt, I have seen a clip where a jet plane has came down hard on its back tail, like that, then dead close to the ground, and then shot off virtually vertical on full power.
You really got to time it properly and know what you're doing. But I mean, their hands are going to be close to the ejector things, because if they're trying to show how close they can come to the ground, they could easily hit it if anything goes wrong. Imagine if they hit us, you know, like a pocket of sink air. So they go, well, if we do this angle and this speed, and it should be fine. And then the air's dropping because it's in a sink, you know. Then your calculations are going to be completely wrong, and you'll be hitting it.
That video what I seen was on YouTube, and it said some country vertical takeoff plane or vertical jet plane taking off or something, but it's not taking off; it's just coming in on a sharp angle and shooting off upwards.
Yeah, some aircraft now have got directable nozzles, because they used to sort of like close them down depending on the speed and whether you're using afterburner. They close the nozzles down. Now they've got gimbalable nozzles, so they can actually turn them, and those will effectively flip the aircraft round. Whereas if you're not traveling fast enough, the surfaces that actually make the aircraft move left and right and pull the nose up and down, which is really the tail is pulling the nose up. Yeah. But if you're going really slow, you've got no control surface authority, because, like, you know, if you're literally stalling it close to the ground and you're relying on the thrust only, you're not going to be able to turn like that, and the rudder's not going to do anything. So unless you've got a gimbalable engine, which is going to do all that for you, you could easily lose control. Oh, God alive. I've
just seen Ben's tail.
Bang, 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 bang.
John Bengle's tail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but the best thing as well, look. I've even got the feet as well, look.
Oh my God.
Oh, you want to see the proper? Hang on. Oh, hello.
Oh, very nice.
Oh God, it gets worse.
It's a proper furry fandom in your house then at the moment.
Oh, hold on a minute. I've just sat on my tail. Oh.
I've got a heat mat as well to keep you nice and warm.
I have, yeah. I've got a heater here. It's like a solarium. I could lie like this, become big and fat, look like Jabba the Hutt at the end of the day. Start eating frogs and smoking pot.
Yeah, so you do get aircraft like that. The Russians were one of the first to do those movable sort of things, and they were performing amazing maneuvers. Now the Americans have got it as well.
We have
got to be careful.
Harry jump jets.
Well, they were the originals. Yeah. But they're very, very hard to fly because of it, because the whole thing's balancing on a knife edge. It wants to topple over all the time. You know, it's very unstable.
What's the Harry jump jet? The one in the middle where it's basically right sat in the center of the plane and it just moved up and down.
Well, they had these two jets that could move down on the side, and those could then move backwards and forwards. But again, depending on how much thrust you had, you could tilt the aircraft and maneuver it, and you can move it forwards and backwards. I would imagine not so easy to yaw, because there's no, I couldn't see any way to yaw it maybe, but I'm not sure. The Americans then tried to reinvent it by copying the idea of like downward thrust in one of their aircraft. It was like F-35 or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, they had a flap behind where the cockpit was. There's a big flap would open, and there's a big circular bloody blade facing down to the ground, and basically you just straight down. You know, which one was that? Now I'll find out for you. But
that is the F-35. Yeah,
it is the VTOL F-35, is it?
Yeah. Harrier jumps it outside. Is it RAF Wittering or something like that?
It is, yeah. That
Yeah.
one crashed on the deck of HMS Invincible in 1998. The
Holy
pilot
shit.
stuffed it into the deck.
You're like a dictionary, aren't you? You're like a encyclopedia. What the frig?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
you don't know how many people I'm actually going to tell that to. You know what I mean? Because it's like I pass that every other day. You know what I mean? And it's cool. You know what I mean? I think it's cool that it's just sat there, but it's like I've always wondered why they use. I know that they don't use the aircraft anymore, do they? So it was like obsolete. So they just I thought they just put it there because it was obsolete. I didn't know it crashed.
Yeah, they call it the Gate Guardian. But they were carbon fiber. They were really early carbon fiber fuselage. Prior to that, they were all made out of alloy.
Deciding to piss it off, innit?
So with the, like you say, gimbal thing where it tilts down, obviously it's diverting metal or something, or to divert the thrust. Surprising in the end of whatever they're putting in front of the jet, it doesn't melt, if you know what I mean. That's the specially designed metal or something high tech.
Yeah, the ones at the back, the compressor ones, there was 4. There was 2 on each side. Because the Pegasus engine, which is what they used, the compressor at the front, it was just sort of hot air, but the one at the back was combusted air, so that was a lot hotter. Those rear ones, they were replaced quite often. They were always taking them to bits and replacing them. And British Aerospace, who made that aircraft, are still making those rear vectored thrust pieces. I can't remember what they're called. It's gone. But yeah, they're still making those because Spain and Italy still use Harriers. America did until very recently, and India still had some. So there are still Harriers flying. It's just we don't use them anymore. We got rid of all ours. Sold all our old ones to America. They bought them all.
So yeah,
some
they do
private-
melt away or get damaged over time, then, and they just replace them with like a tire on a car or something.
Yeah, metal fatigue. Yeah, from the hot gases that you were talking about, it degraded because they were like an alloy piece that was all manufactured, and the rear ones were always getting changed.
Say, if you're going ultrasonic speed for a couple of hours in one of them, you'd expect it to melt totally, wouldn't you, really? But saying that, if you're going straight for a few hours, you're not directing it down or anything. It was just going straight out the back. So, yeah.
I don't know so much because I'm not an expert on this, but I'm imagining that if you are not using the compressor, because the compressor actually takes a lot of air and then some fuel, and then it stretches it. So it's basically, when it's coming out of the back, instead of like just combusting, it's actually nozzling it down to a smaller space. And in doing that, because of the expansion of the gas, means it must come out faster. So it's more about taking a lot of air in, but making it stretch and come out really fast. Yeah. So what you're actually doing then is you're providing tons and tons and tons of air, which is cool. And you're providing a little bit of fuel, which is hot, but through it, it's the hottest times you've got to be careful of with jet engines when you're starting them, because they have a peak start because the push isn't fast enough to push the air out. And when you start helicopters, they spike. And if you see them spike too much for too long, you shut it down, and then you wait. You have to wait like an hour for it to like cool down, and then you try again. But if it spikes and it comes down quick enough, you can continue the cycle to start it up. But they start and go up to about 800 degrees, and they come down to about 400. And running temperature is a lot cooler than starting temperature.
Yeah, max turbine entry temperature. It's like a max TET on startup, and you want that to be less than the melting point of the turbine. Because helicopters use an extra, they have a jet engine, then they have a turbine behind it, and then that turbine drives a gearbox. So you don't want that turbine entry temperatures to be too high, because that'll damage that turbine, which is driving everything that lifts you up. So you don't want that to break.
I was just about to say that, ALW.
Exactly, yeah. I just opened a can of this. I got some beer. Some free beer. This one's coffee porter, and you know, after you've just had like,
5%.
well, I've just had this one, which was Tropical Catalyst. This was like Umbongo. So I've just had a can of Umbongo, and I've opened this. It's like drinking, like coffee dregs. It's like, nah, it's not for me. It's like,
Ew,
So
that's
Is
right.
it like some type of ale?
Just do it in one then.
it tastes like slop tray with cigarettes.
Oh, that's even
That's
worse.
what,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh,
that tastes
no.
like. That is minging.
Ew, yucky.
I used to work
Mark
with
Lewis.
a guy that used to build airplanes as well. I can't remember where it was, but the airfield now is still active and they're still building planes on it. And he says it's so different to where we work now, where was making police cars and stuff like that. Basically, you have to have certain rivets and certain size rivets, and if you put the wrong one in, it could actually rip a plane apart and stuff like that. It says the standards and the quality inspection or whatever is so high, so tight. You know what I mean? It's like a duct behind. Yeah, it says it's
not like
unbelievable. You
not like anything else.
Check, and you got to, if you're drilling a panel to put you're drilling holes to put the new panel on, you got to make sure 100% the rivets are in the right spot, by millimeters. Know what I mean? You can't be off by 5 millimeters or nothing like that. That's too much. And 5 millimeters is quite a hell of a gap. So it's only like 1 millimeter, if that, off. He said.
I wouldn't have thought they were allowed to be off at all. Really, with something like that, it's like, shit, me. A person that can build a jet engine should be on it like a car bonnet. They should be on it to the exact millimeter. They shouldn't be.
Yeah, but there's always a little bit of wear and tear on the drills moving about and that. Know what I mean? So don't get it 100%. There's always, like your car wheel. If you look at that, you'd think that'd be nice and balanced anyway. But no, you've got to balance it out because the imperfections in the drill bits or in the tire itself.
Yeah.
So this is why they take aircraft out of service so much, because of the stress fractures in the metal, and it's stuff you can't see a lot of the time. So things with like jet turbines and things like that, they'll take them out and they put them through an X-ray machine and they scan like a CT scan, and they scan it through, and then they paint on UV penetrating dyes, and they leave them, and these dyes like creep into the metal, and then they shine torches on them, and then they rescan them again, and they look for any imperfections. But I mean, you have to sign off every single piece of work on an aircraft. It has to be signed off, and if that aircraft crashes and the crash investigation comes back to your faulty workmanship, it'll be like, well, who was on that day? What's his signature? Right, okay, mate, you're responsible. It'll be down to one person who didn't do a screw up or something.
It's like when I drilled a hole by accident in the roof of a speed camera van, and just put silicone in. If that came back to me as a big thing on an airplane, you get really serious, like it done, wouldn't you? But if it's dripping on a speeding cameraman, you're not asked, are you, really?
No.
You should have put like a really slow pipette, like with a minute thing, and like filled it up with stink bombs. So just like continual drip stink bomb coming out for like months.
Yeah.
ALW, and this is not to do with camera vans and stink bombs and that, but them, you see them in a lot of films. It's like a plane. It has propellers, but the propellers lift up like that.
Osprey.
Yeah, V-22 Osprey.
Does England have them? Or is it just America?
No. I've seen it. I've seen them.
They are here. I was filming some the other day, but they were owned by the Americans.
Yeah.
I filmed some. There was some at Alamein Barracks the other day. They're properly loud as well. You couldn't sneak up on anybody with one of those. That's why.
I think I've seen them at Catterick.
Yeah, you will see them at Catterick.
I think, but and that other place, that big American airbase we've got in the UK, I've seen them there as well.
Lakenheath. If the UK have got them, bigger than a Chinook, and they've got a real wide wingspan as well, because the engines are actually mounted in the planes that like
Is it a
rotate.
plane or a helicopter or?
Well,
It's
it's
a
a bit like
hybrid,
a
isn't it?
hybrid. Yeah.
So it's not as
because
like a jumbo plane. Nothing as big as that. It's
Oh
more
no,
small.
it's
I'm guessing that, but those blades are so big. Plus, they're also probably pitchable as well, so they're probably really massive and heavy blades. You probably can't spin them that fast. So therefore, I mean, it's faster than a helicopter, but it's not as fast as a plane. So it's only going to have limited use. And apparently, they're bastards to fly when they're in that hover mode. They're absolute bastards, and they lost loads of them. Just after they started bringing them out, they lost a shitload of them because people were just crashing them all the time. So they're not the best thing in the world, but it's a kind of like a newcomer type technology, isn't it? So
yeah, any slight problem, they just crash, and they tend to crash badly. So
Reminds me of Avatar.
Norfolk saying he has them flying over him all the time.
Yeah, he'll be from RAF Lakenheath, which is actually
Just outside
USAF
Swansea.
Lakenheath. Yeah,
It's a big base, is that? That's a big place.
Yeah,
I could tell by the sound because I was walking the dog in the park, and I could tell by the sound. I was like, "That's not a helicopter sound I'm used to," because you get used to a lot of them around here. I was like, "What is that helicopter sound?" And then I realised it was just hovering there in the distance near the Salisbury Plain, and it was like there, and I was like, "What is that?" And I thought, "Is it a Chinook?" And I was like, and then my brain clicked. It was like, "Oh my god, it's an osprey!" And it's like just around. I've had all sorts. We've got Apaches. Longbow Apaches, we get all that sort of stuff around here. I've had drones, those Reaper drones that they just fly around. They got, I think it was it might have been the British, but I think it was an American Reaper type drone. And I thought that sounds like a microlight aircraft. And I thought, are they flying a microlight aircraft over the Salisbury Plain? Because you've got to be careful. I know you can do it on certain days under certain conditions, But I was like, is somebody flying a microlight? So I'm looking, because of course I fly microlights. I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, that's a drone. And in fact, I took video of it and I put it on the channel. And then I found out some of these American ones have got jet engines in them. And I got a funny feeling the British have
Plastic
same
band engines.
Yeah, the microlight engines. What are they called now? Bombardier. Bombardier, sort of like a microlight engine, just a turbo-powered version of that.
Crazy that.
Yeah.
Here's some ospreys, Will, if you want to see them.
And the thing is, this bloody thing was.
One sec, I'll get you up on big screen.
Yeah.
I just filmed it on my phone.
Shit, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? Mad.
Yeah, I just caught them on my phone. You could hear them before you could see them.
Yeah, you got them on your Black Ops, on your COD, on your PlayStation. And stuff.
Yeah, in the game. Yeah.
The thing is, they can't land forward because they haven't got long enough legs to land. They have to land vertically.
So they can't land like an airplane. No.
You look at the size on those blades. There's no way you're going to be landing that down there unless you've got the most spindly long legs coming out of the bottom of the aircraft, which they don't have. So the thing is,
again, ALW. Let's see, please.
Hi, Rapid Man. Rapid Man's in the chat.
Cool.
Hey, Rapid.
You're a Rapid Man.
I've got to find it again. 1 minute.
But I think it's an awesome piece of kit. Is that with them? Like because it's a plane, but it's not. It's like a Chinook, isn't it? Really, but a glorified Chinook, isn't it? But I mean, you can tell the sound of a Chinook. I've drove down before they replaced the A1 with the new A1. I've drove down past Catterick, and a Chinook helicopter has taken off, and there were two that took off. One had a Land Rover underneath.
That LW.
And then one.
Yeah, that's it. That's the refueling probe.
That's a big boy, is that?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, wow.
look at the size of those blades.
Yeah.
There's no way you could really get those down close to the ground. Not with those little stubby wheels they've got there underneath.
No.
So you really are you really are stuck to the types of ways you could land, unless they could do a 45-degree angle and come in and land with the with a
Tail
half.
down.
Yeah,
pointed up a bit. Yeah.
because it's an emergency. You might have to dump it on a runway somewhere. You know, if it's. And you are really relying heavily on those blades. So, I mean, if you're in forward flight and something goes wrong with those blades, you're not going to want to face them up. You're going to say, no, fuck it. We keep them facing straight forwards and we're going to land this and we're going to sacrifice the blades. But the thing is, look where the blades are. They're practically level with the head of the pilot in the cockpit.
Yeah.
So if you rotate those forwards and then you go bang and you knock them on the ground or land them on the ground, you got a bit of a problem. But I think 45 degrees, you probably could get it down.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd have to slow it down as well, wouldn't you?
Saying that, as long as they're up, it looks like 45 degrees or more, you'd probably be all right to land that on a standard runway at speed.
Yeah, you can actually see how big they are compared to the size of the craft there, can't you?
Yeah, they are.
Massive.
Yeah, that would
boats.
definitely touch the ground if that were facing forward, wouldn't it? That definitely touch the ground.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is just like dropping them forward a tweak, aren't they? You know what I mean? Just to pull them along runway.
Yeah.
Suppose
They
it's
do a
all
tran-
computer operated, so you can't tilt them too far down. Then, if they can tilt them down on the
Oh, look,
runway,
you can see them taking off. Look, they are actually using the runway and just got vertical lift on, aren't they?
Yeah. But they can take off vertically, but you've probably got more controllability if you get a bit of speed on as well. So
it's because you're getting air over the wings at the same time, aren't you?
Yeah,
When you're going
exactly
forward.
that.
You
Yeah,
looked at right hand side of the screen, Urban Legends live as well. There, look, 86 people are watching it.
yeah.
That's it.
Christ, look at that there.
Look at the size of that. Oh my god!
Look at those propellers. Can you imagine that one of those propellers coming in sideways through the side of the aircraft? You've had it.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It
not
just
for
chop-
me.
It chop front off and just drop it to the floor, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, I don't know what I've done here, but I'll try and get back onto yours.
Woo.
Oh, here we go. Whoop, whoop.
Am I back? Did it disappear?
I quit
Yeah,
the screen. Yeah, I quit the screen so it come back automatically. Then
No, something happened on my computer as well at the same time, so I didn't know whether I disappeared.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Right, everyone, it's gone the 2 hour schedule, so thanks for coming up and speak to you all later. Everyone in the channel, can you stay in the chat, please? Cheers.
Okay.
See you all next
It's like
week. All the best.
staying behind after class. You're in naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Bye-bye.
I'm off to finish again.
goodbye.
Bye.